So I'm here with my boy Harold Mack, class of 2025, receiver out of Wayne High School, who ended up going to Eastern Michigan. How have you been since the transition to college?
I've been good, trying to stay focused on the main goal, learn the playbook, and just keep rolling.
What's been the biggest transition from high school to college, both on and off the field?
On the field, I'll definitely say the playbook, the signals coming from where I came from wasn't really structured. Learning everything, putting everything together. On the field, that's probably biggest, not big really a problem, just learning it new, it's new. Off the field, maybe missing home just a little bit, but I'm good though.
What do you mean missing home? I know you're a family guy, so explain missing home, because how far is Eastern from?
It's like 2:15.
But explain that, because you are a family guy.
I just miss my mom, my family, my auntie, uncle. They do a lot for me. My girlfriend, my little brother, my nieces.
Talk to us a little bit more about the transition, because you were a late transition, or a late ad, not necessarily late, but you nowadays with recruiting and kind of how things transition. You got your early enrollees, and then you have your late enrollees, which are typically was a standard enrollee back in the day. But you were a standard enrollee, meaning you enrolled in the summertime. How do you feel that has helped you out, or maybe caused you to struggle a little bit in that transition?
Definitely a little bit of struggle, because if I would have went earlier, I could have got more time to learn the playbook, get familiar with the team and stuff like that. Being there earlier could have helped me be more comfortable now.
What is the culture at Eastern Michigan?
It's a brotherhood, it's a family. It's all everybody close, doing it as one, going 1-0 every day.
What has been the biggest benefit that you've seen yourself out of that culture?
Being into it, like being consistent, like every day waking up into it no matter what the cause is.
How is that different from what you were in high school?
It's a big difference. 5 a.m. I mean, it's mandatory, so you can't miss it. So, I mean, high school wasn't really structured, like I said, so it's a big difference for sure.
All right, let's go back to high school and let's talk through let's go back to when you first started playing the game. One of the things that I always ask players is, how did you even get into the game? I think that how you start something determines a lot of how you sustain it and how you finish it. And, a lot of times when we start football for reasons of, we want to make a lot of money. We want to be famous. There's all of these other things that are outside of the main thing as you get older and you learn about. But how did Harold Mack get into football?
I played flag football at 7 years old. And then when I was 8 years old, I switched to contact. My dad, close friend, got us into our young youth team. Yeah. And then since then, I've always played. And then the transition into middle school to high school, I was trying to find myself still. I was playing quarterback, and then I got moved to wide receiver after sophomore season because I was a super athletic kid. Yeah. So I've always played it, and I was always into it. I always liked playing. I was always enjoyed it. And in that transition, when I got onto varsity high school football, I was like, okay, this is real. Like,
you played Metro.
Yeah.
All right. So every year, whether it's Facebook, whether it's conversations, you hear about a player or two, and you always hear this behind it. They might be the best to ever come through Metro.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your Metro experience, which is a youth football league here in Fort Wayne that has been the starting point for so many athletes and so many football players. Talk to us about your experience in Metro, because you were one of those guys that I've heard about in Metro, but I want to hear from you.
8 years old, I played fullback. Wasn't really that much good.
Were you overweight?
No, I was just bigger than most of the kids, so I just fit in at the fullback position. And then when I was 9 years old, I was outside linebacker, and I actually had Tay in the backfield 10 yards.
So how do you mean? You play on the same team as him or opposite teams?
We was going against Tay, and I had him 10 yards in the backfield, and I didn't tackle him. He reversed the field and took it all the way to the crib. And the rest of that season, I didn't see the field, so that motivated me. Like, I gotta be like that player. Like, I need to be on the field. Like, and the 10-year-old season came, and I was the best player on my team. I switched to quarterback, and from there, every team I played on, like, I've been the best player.
If you can remember as far back in that situation, that play with Tay where you were there but didn't make the play, and then you didn't see the field after that. Do you remember what the mindset was like? What was the thought process like, or what were you thinking from that moment you missed the tackle to the moment you didn't play to becoming the top player on the team the previous year or the following year?
I was a little sad, a little depressed, like why I'm not playing. Everybody else playing, why I'm not playing. So it's like that mindset I had at that age. I was 9 years old, so I'm like, this is something I want to do, and I love it. So like I need to work at it, and I need to focus, like get right. So
Was there any conversation that you had with mom or?
no, because growing up, I really was still trying to figure out, like figuring I was young, figuring out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But if I knew football was it was a different type of feeling.
Yeah.
So like I just loved football.
Talk to us about family. Mom obviously is a huge supporter. Uncle Steve, Auntie are huge supporters. I think I don't even know how we met, but when we first met, we had a sit down that lasted for quite some time. As you know, I like to talk, especially when it comes to these topics of helping. But we had a sit down, and Uncle Steve, who and my phone is Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
Was very supportive, and then Auntie was there, and then Mom, I don't think came to that meeting, but Mom was super supportive throughout the process. Talk to us about just the family foundation and what that looks like for you.
I got a very good support system in my corner. My mom, ride or die, wouldn't change it, nothing about it. She's always kept me active in sports no matter what. Like home situations, she kept me straightforward on sports. She didn't want me doing all the extra and stuff whatnot. So like she always kept me focused on that. And then my auntie and uncle, once they realized and they seen the potential I had and stuff, they wanted to help me. Like they wanted me to go to college. They wanted me to be the next whoever. Like they wanted me to go far in life. So like they just helped me out a lot. Like it's so much I can't explain.
What was the push like from Mom, Uncle Steve, and Aunt? Because Mom is very quiet.
Yeah.
But when you talk to her, you obviously like most moms, you can see that there's a level of a push that they have, a level of a desire that they do have, for the child. But what has that push been like from them? Because obviously you said when you noticed that you have potential, or when they saw potential in you, things kind of to grow from there and start from there. But what was that push like from them?
Very supportive. Like it's just straight support, nothing else. Like my mom was taking me practice every day, make sure 2 jobs, make sure I'm still at practice every day. Like just make sure I'm still on top of everything, school-wise and athletic-wise.
How many siblings do you have?
My dad got 6 kids, my mom got 5. Middle child on my mom's side.
And how is that dynamic benefited you? How has that dynamic helped you and aided you to where you are right now?
It's been good because not everybody in my family perfect. So I seen decisions that some people made that wasn't so good, and some people that was doing actually good in life. So I just kind of focused and put my vision towards where I wanted to go, and then like put my mind to it. So I made it happen with what I wanted to do in life.
It was only like about, I want to say like a year and a half or 2 years after that I met you that I realized you had a major role in a family at home. Talk to us a little bit about the leadership role that you had to take on.
It was really big, making sure my siblings got to where they need to be, whether practice, work, anything like that. They look up to me, so like they see the hard work and stuff I do. It just motivates them to go hard in whatever they do. Like my little brother, he wanted to start playing football, taking it way more serious than what he was, because he seen the stuff like that I was achieving and stuff, getting offers and stuff like that.
What type of conversations have you and him had? Because I know that he started to recently get a little bit serious about it, and I didn't realize, I seen him actually yesterday at work, and I didn't realize how tall your brother was. And obviously you think that the same genes that you have, he obviously has some of those as well. But just the potential that he has. What were those conversations like? Because he wasn't always willing to jump into it and get going.
Yeah, I would say we took an official to Ohio during my recruiting process, and he seen how it was. Like how they was treating me, like give me a little bit, you know how it is. And he liked it. He liked being on campus, seeing like the football stuff, all that stuff. So like we talked about it. I told him like, if you want to do it, you can do it, but like, you have to want to do it. Like you can't do it just to do it. You gotta want to do it. You gotta put the work in. You can't just be lazy, and stuff like that. So we actually had some pretty good conversations about football in general, life in general. I keep reiterating to him, like, you gotta work for it. Nothing gonna be given. You gotta earn it no matter what.
How much if you know, how much has he listened since you've transitioned to college, since there's that distance now that wasn't so much of a close proximity when you were here, but how much has he changed or evolved or grown since you've gone for school?
Yeah, before he would be lazy, not want to go to practice, not go to workouts and stuff like that. So like, I got on him. I was like, you want offers, right? You want good stuff. You want to go to school for free. Like you gotta go earn that. You can't just not. It's not just gonna be handed to you. You gotta earn it. He actually picked up on it a lot more. Like especially with school, summer ball and stuff like that. He been going in there, getting after it every day, hitting the weight room, doing everything he's supposed to be doing, trying to blow up a little bit.